Because Nigerians who come here, once they get here, they forget people back home.
Nigeria was one of the most respected countries in the world.
Do you know how long it took for me to get my own papers?
Yeah, but do you know how...
From next year, 2 million immigrants could automatically claim British citizenship. 2 million people. That's nearly twice the population of Birmingham. That's massive. We've introduced a deportation bill because we're committed to bringing immigration down.
Hello, our wonderful viewers. It's been a while. It's been quite tedious for us, but we're back, and we're back with a bang. Welcome, everyone, to
TJ's World Entertainment. We're glad to be here. And it's been quite a while since we all rubbed minds together, and during that time, a lot has happened in the world. We have had changes in the world dynamics in terms of war here, war there, a new president in the White House, and all whatnot. And I think it is the reason why we actually are choosing the topic we want to talk about today, which is deportation of people from the diaspora.
At least 38 Nigerians deported from the United Kingdom have arrived Lagos, according to authorities in Nigeria. The deportees, who are mainly mothers and grandmothers, arrived in Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, earlier today. It was gathered that some members of the LGBTQ communities seeking asylum were among the deportees.
To Africa, with special emphasis on Nigeria.
And we just don't want to talk about deportation because we all know that you know what deportation is all about. But our bone of contention really is, why are people deported? What happens to them when they get to their country of abode, where they're going, where they come from? What happens to them? How is the government
treating deportees?
What is the support network back home for them when they get back home? Why don't they want to come home? We are worried about it, and we feel, you know what, let's rub minds together and just talk about it. I think it's important for us to talk about it.
For me, I'm going to, I think, branch out a little bit with regards to the way we're looking at it. It goes without saying that 90% of people who leave Nigeria for the diaspora are economic migrants.
Absolutely.
You see, if things were good, and if we had the kind of government we all dream of and envisage to have in place,
we won't be here.
Nigerians will not leave. We are a proud people,
country,
right? And there is nowhere we go that we don't leave our marks. However, in the process, we have stepped on a lot of toes. And you find out that most people, they get their back up when the Nigerian comes into play.
Absolutely. Yes, people are worried, people are scared. But
1993, 17 September 1993. That makes you, by my crude calculations, 15.
Yeah.
You're 15 years old.
Well, by 17th of September, I will become 16.
You on the 17th of September. Okay.
It's possible that he's claiming to be a minor because it's more difficult to remove minors from the United Kingdom.
Because she is already dealing with your case, and you'll be given plenty of opportunity to. You'll be given
opportunity. I swear.
You'll be interviewed further.
Okay, Benson.
There's no need to do like this. Okay.
Please, sir.
Benson, we need
You'll
to
be given
get to
I have a
opportunity.
problem. No, please, sir, believe me, please. I swear, please.
Listen.
I ran away. Look at my brush. Look at my toothbrush. See. Can't tell me
Okay,
guys, please.
calm down, William. Calm down first, calm down.
Benson claims to have run away. If he's telling the truth, he's a vulnerable child in a foreign country.
are people scared of Nigerians?
Because we are go-getters, we don't shy away, and we are always ready to grab the bull by the horns.
Yeah, we know that.
And this is one thing you don't find amongst most Africans. Most Africans have this
They're laid back.
laid back and timid.
But we are not.
The Nigerian man is ready to,
Where that is done.
They are.
Nigerians are in New York, in Miami, in Washington, in California, all over California, because Nigerians have this work ethic, right? They will do whatever it takes to get the job done or to get the job.
Yeah. But
any which way, whether it's talk.
Having said that, the country from which we are running, because we are running from the country.
Yes.
Now, if we're running from this country, how then do we expect this country to put something in place to welcome us?
No, I think you're looking at it from a different perspective.
I said so.
From the way I see it.
Okay, you tell me, how do you see it?
When I was asking the questions, the first question I asked, or one of the questions I asked was, what's the support network back home?
And that's exactly what I said. For a country where you're running away from, do you think they'll put anything in place as a support network for you when you are being slung back into your country?
People are hungry.
Let them die. It's their fault. Yeah, I'm supporting Tinubu 100%.
You're supporting Tinubu?
100% to deal with Nigerians. There's nothing under the sun that I have not seen before this election. Nigerians decided to take Indomie, 200 naira, and voted for rocks across the country.
That is why I'm saying, what is the support network? What is going on there? Why can't people go back home? The government is not making efforts to support those deportees. But what about the families? Because you see, the issue is, the reason why some people don't want to come back home for real is because they have no network.
What is our Nigeria embassy doing? What are they doing in Turkey?
Expressing grievances over alleged mistreatment by their host country, Turkey. These are Nigerians who have been forced back home for alleged breach of migration laws, including overstay of visa and irregular migration to the country.
13 years I've been in Turkey, and I have my company registered in 2018. So I've been doing my legitimate business in Turkey, freight forwarding. I am trapped right now because they cancelled my residence permit just because I changed my house address.
Ever since when I have been in Turkey, I've been having residence permits. You understand? It just got expired, and they collected $700 from me for tax and insurance. I did not see my $700. I did not see my residence permit.
Back home, I was listening to a lady who was actually analyzing what happens when people get deported and when they get to the deportation to Muritala Mohammed Airport. The way they are being treated alone, even at the airport, is appalling.
You see, there's this, believe it or not, it's a subtle thing. There's some kind of an envy, right? Those who we have left back home, when we go, they kind of envy us. So when you come back on that issue, under the umbrella of deportation, there's this glee, this happiness in them, but they will not, do it openly. So it's a subtle way of, yeah, you're back with us now. I'm going to treat you like,
No, people who do that.
I'm talking the officials.
The officials,
right?
They see you
and
as...
it also bleeds into the family. The man you are bringing back home is practically, if not almost, one of the major breadwinners for the family.
Not all.
Okay, I hand you that. Not all. But a huge chunk of them, because if you actually look critically, if you take the money, right, that we send back home from the diaspora out of the Nigerian economy, and with the way the government is not giving a damn about the population,
Nigeria would have been dead by now.
Nigeria would have collapsed.
We know. I think we're saying the same thing,
but
in
a different
ways.
Okay,
right. So you're deported and you get to Nigeria.
Right.
One, before you're deported, at least they don't just pick you and throw you away immediately. They always give you a chance to call somebody back home to say, I'm coming back home. That's one thing I know. When you are deported, the immigration in Nigeria, they have a way of treating you like you're a criminal. Whether you are deported, because we know
there are criminals.
There are criminals.
Yes.
And so, but if you're not a criminal, the stigma to the fact that you are deported, you understand, makes you feel like a criminal actually.
And the way you're treated, they will probably end up putting you in custody, and then
they expect some people to come and pay to take you. They extort money.
Whereas you have not really done anything wrong.
They're just taking you back home. I'll give you an example. There was a time I was going to Nigeria, and there was a woman that was deported, that was going through they brought her in, handcuffed with 2 children. This was an Igbo woman. She was handcuffed, and I'm like, is she a criminal? Yeah. She's not a criminal. You are deporting her. Okay, fine. She's already in the plane. And this woman started to cry. The children were looking at her. She started to cry and cry. Igbo, hey. She was speaking Igbo language, and people were just watching her. The kids were just looking. These kids were like 9 and 7. So
I'm pretty sure they've never been to Nigeria before in their lives.
Nigeria before, but this woman was so distraught. She was crying and crying. Then one person got up and said, "Will you shut up? You're going to your country. Why are you crying like this? Because you're going to your country." Another person got up and said, "Do you know who or what she's going to meet when she gets to Nigeria? Why are you being wicked?" You know, it became a debate in the plane. I was there. I just listened. You understand? And then the pilot came, you know, the hostesses came and said to her, "You're making noise." Some people were encouraging her, make noise. They would drop you. If you're disturbing her place, she's disturbing us, come and take her back, you know, and all of that. Discussion who was going on. It was heart-wrenching.
Yeah, traumatic, you know? Kind of.
Yes, it was traumatic. Eventually, the plane took off. And do you know when the plane took off? This woman sighed.
You see, from what you have said, I think it's about time the Ministry of Internal Affairs, right? The Ministry of External Affairs come together and forge a department that takes care of people deported back to Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Now, there are 2 categories of deportees.
Yeah.
Those who are illegal immigrants who have overstayed their visas.
Welcome. Their visas, yes.
They shouldn't be treated as criminals, right? But those who are criminals, those who have
flaunted the law, they have done something
of their host country.
Yes.
And some of them may have been jailed, they've served their time.
And they're sending them back home.
When they get back home, I think the ground on which these organizations will have to stand on is that you have brought the country into disrepute.
Absolutely. But having said that, they have served their time.
They've served their time.
So they should be rehabilitated when they get back to Nigeria. Not treated like criminals again.
Yeah, but the question is that
again.
People know what they are doing. That is what really pisses me off. When these criminals go in, they go in with their eyes wide open. You know very well that you are committing a crime, and you also know that if you are caught, you are going to serve time. If you do the crime, you do the time.
But they have done their time.
You've done your time,
yeah.
But then you are now being deported to your country. You have brought disgrace to your country. You should have thought about your country first before going into something nefarious and stupid.
Yeah, but
having said that, I still believe that there should be an organization, an organ, you know, put together in Nigeria, like you said, to welcome them, rehabilitate them.
Exactly, that's what should be happening.
Tap them,
yes,
and then let them.
Yeah, because there are second chances.
Yeah.
Not everyone that they call criminals are criminals. Sometimes they're just victims. You understand?
Yeah.
But let's not talk about criminals because we know they erred. You understand? But those who are deported, who are not criminals, maybe they're overstayers, and they're deported back to Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? When they get to Nigeria, the immigration will hold them again. The families would have to come and bail them out.
That's wrong.
You understand?
That's completely wrong.
They do that all the time.
Yes, that's wrong.
Bail them out. But when they get there, what happens to them? For those who have been away for so many years, they've lost contact with families, they don't have anybody else they can go to, they get to the airport. What then happens to them? There's nobody to welcome them, there's nobody to help them out. What happens to them?
This is where I believe that if the country from which they have been deported, if they have a very good lawyer, on compassionate grounds at times, they allow them to stay. You can imagine somebody who has stayed like in the UK for about 30, 40 years, right? Most times you don't have any tie back.
This is what we're saying. Why would you not have ties back home?
The reason why you will not have ties back home, you and I know that out of 10 families in Nigeria, 9 of them will rip you off if you are in the diaspora. If you send money to them to build a house for you, you will be very lucky if you go back to Nigeria and get that house. People who are members of your family are ready to rip you off at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Yeah, but not every member of the family.
Yeah, but not everybody. You see, if you're lucky, you get into the hand of one member of the family who is above board, who will sacrifice and do these things for you. Whereas you're unlucky and you fall into the hand of one jagu in the family, what happens to you?
Okay.
I know occasions, for me, I'm not speaking for myself, I know occasions where people will tell me back home, oh yeah, bring this thing, bring that, we'll sell it, blah, blah, blah. You take these things back, you spend money in buying these things here,
importing them.
You send the thing by cargo to Nigeria, you get to Nigeria, and this same group of people who tell you, oh, you realize that there's nobody to buy it, right? Yeah. And they want to buy it on credit.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you get so pissed and angry that it's either you just let go. So a situation like that, will you even go back again and bring anything for anybody to?
But the thing is, it's not. Look, you know, a family is somebody that you can rely on. It doesn't necessarily have to be your blood families. You must have ties back home.
If you are lucky.
How unlucky can you be not to have anybody back home?
If you are lucky.
When you look, listen, a lot of, and I can tell you for free, a lot of Africans, Nigerians who come here, once they get here, they forget people back home.
Well, they forget people back home because you're earning £100 and they're bringing you £155 burden.
No, you can always say, this is what I've got.
You see, it's not that easy.
I know it's not that easy, but look, listen. What I'm saying is, if you have £100 and you can only spare £10, spare £10.
The pressure on people in the diaspora from those back home is huge.
We know. I am not disputing that. But I'm still saying that there is no way that you will be here in this country, that you will not have anybody back home
Titi,
to rely on.
We have heard stories of somebody who send money to the relations,
even their mom.
relatives.
I know.
In Nigeria.
So many bad stories.
Those people will take this money and go to Babalawo to go and do juju for the same person who is helping them from abroad. You want to tell me you've not heard stories like that before?
I have heard stories like
that
before.
So in a situation like that, do you think I will send my money back home again?
Okay.
So that's the reason why people cut ties.
You still have to try, and you see, the thing is, you can't just sit here and not help people back home. You understand? Help one or two. You understand? Because in case anything happens to you, I'm telling you, this is what happens. And I know people will say, Lady CJ, why are you talking like that? You know, and stuff like that. I know. Okay. But what I'm saying is, if you have one or two people back home that you can not rely on, you don't need to rely on anybody for anything.
Help them.
That you can help. You understand? In a situation where you get back home, at least somebody will come and meet you at the airport.
I keep on telling you, people know what they're doing. People have become so entitled that when you even give them £10, or you give them a certain amount of money in naira, they will convert it into pounds. And they'll be telling you, so is that what he can
No, it's because you see, when you're dealing with people, you have to let them know, look, listen, this is what I do in the UK or in America, this is how much I earn, this is how much I can afford to give you, I can afford to give to people. You need to be explicit. Don't show them that you have so much that you can just give anybody.
That you have arrived.
That you have arrived. And that's what we do. A lot of Nigerians, that's what they do. I'm focusing on Nigeria. What you do is, don't worry, how much do you need and everything. So when you make them feel that you're so big here.
And the other thing is this, those of us in the diaspora, we go the extra mile to please people back home.
Yes.
You might have
to your own detriment.
To your own detriment.
Yes.
Maybe the last money in your account, let's say, is like maybe £10, pending a few days to you getting paid. And the person is asking you for money. And they come with this problem. You look, okay, this £10 can take care. You send the whole £10, knowing fully well you don't need to spend money.
Yeah.
Until the next payday.
Because you have things, you have food, you have everything.
But people don't see the sacrifices people in the diaspora make.
Because you don't tell them. I'm telling you.
Well, having said that, this spate of deportation that is become the norm now, all of a sudden, I think it stems from the fact that at one point, Nigeria was one of the most respected countries in the world. To deport our people then, it's
unheard of.
Very hard, because they look at the clout of the Nigerian government before they do anything to the Nigerian citizens.
Yeah.
But that's not the case anymore.
No.
So willy-nilly, they're just deporting Nigerians.
Nigerian passports is null and void.
They don't respect
it
like they used to respect it.
If you know Diola Fayon, you know she was denied, and she even on her Nigerian passport she even had a resident permit on it as an American.
And she was denied
entry to African countries.
Yeah.
Because Nigerian passport is almost the lowest of the passports, and they were treated shabbily just because of her.
Yeah.
And she recounted her story. You understand? We used to be the giant of Africa. We used to be respected. You understand? I remember when I first came to this country for a holiday, I didn't need any visa.
You get to
and I was so respected.
port of entry.
It's at the port of entry.
They'll
They
stamp it for you.
But now with green passport, in fact, the moment they see the green passport, all ears, all eyes, everything, they're watching you. Is because of the way we have behaved. So when you are being deported, what I'm just saying is, because I don't want us to lose the focus. And in case you don't know the people that are talking, my name is Titi Jacobs. My friends call me the TJ, and that's Mr. Magic. It's because of the topic. We just got into it because we're so worried about what's going on, especially with Nigerians that have been deported from America, from the UK, and what happens to them when they get home. We need the government to please help these people. Even from the immigration, there should be people there in Murtala Mohammed that would be able
not
to
Murtala Mohammed, Nnamdi Azikiwe, and
all the
airports, all the major
airports,
international airports
linked with the immigration people.
That's why you see when people say they have all these LGOs and things like that, I don't think there's any.
There is none
working with the immigration and customs department to smoothen the way for those who are deported.
So for those of you who want to set up an NGO, because not all of us will have the opportunity to do that. But
this
look
is a niche.
into that. That's a niche that we have just given to you. Look into that. You understand? Help your own people. It's the government we know at the moment is all over the place. We don't know what they're doing, but come on. Let's help our own people.
It goes without saying, no economic migrants leaves their country of origin to go to another country with this at the back of their mind that, oh, I want to go there and I want to be deported.
I know.
I mean, it's sad that it's happening all over the world, with especially with the situation in the United States of America right now.
Deporting so many Nigerians, so many Africans.
And these are people who have actually stayed for a long time.
And they're so scared.
In America, contributing, paying their taxes and all what.
They're scared because they don't know what they will meet back home.
It's so sad that I still believe that, you see, there is a letter of the law and there's a spirit of the law. There should be some kind of compassion. If you've stayed in the country for more than 20 years, I think they should give you an opportunity to rectify your paper and stay.
But what about you? You've been in the country for 20 years. What have you been doing?
Do you think it's that easy?
Who says it's easy? I've been in this country for so long. I'm not saying anything is easy.
Those of us who had it easy in getting and rectifying our papers, right? We now look at some other. See, everybody has their own story.
Do you know how long it took for me to get my own papers?
Yeah, but do you know how many Nigerians who are in the diaspora who came in with other people's passports?
Yeah, but...
And I'm finding it so difficult to rectify.
I'm not knocking you, but I still say it and I'll continue to say it. You understand? Mr. Jerry, Mr. Magic, the bottom line is, when Nigerians get to this country, there are 3 stages. 3 sets of Nigerians. Some come here and they start again. They go back to school, they study, and they're okay. They work. You understand? Some people come here, they just continue to enjoy themselves. They don't have papers. They will not fight for those papers first. Those are the ones you find at parties. They're always doing care jobs because they're comfortable. And some of them are smart because they're doing that work and they're doing something back home. So those are the ones that are, even if you carry me today to go back to my country, I've established myself. And there are some people who do practically nothing.
Well,
you understand?
It's unfortunate. That's the way of the world. Yes. Everybody has a story to tell. Well, we cannot overflow this. We are happy to be back with you. It's been quite a while. And I miss you.
We too. We miss you so much.
It's good to be back.
Yes.
Well, we will have to wrap it up here today.
Absolutely.
There's every possibility that we might revisit this
topic, yes.
Yeah, because it's not a topic that we can wrap up in.
And if you don't start the NGO, we might be forced to start it for you.
You know what I'm saying?
You understand?
Well,
yeah.
I want to say a very big thank you for spending this few minutes with us. we don't know it all. We believe that if you comment,
yes,
subscribe,
like, share, and subscribe to our channel,
well,
you know,
we'll take it to another height.
And you'll be more intelligent.
Well, from Lady TJ,
yes.
My name is Jerry Krenzel. My friends call me Mr. Magic.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What if every Nigerian abroad was deported all at once? No warning, just pack your load, it's time to go. The world shuts down. In UK hospitals, suddenly 60% of the staff are missing. Doctors are nowhere to be found and nurses too, and there are patients everywhere. And in Silicon Valley, tech companies start crashing, because guess what? That junior developer named Tolu was actually doing 80% of the work. The US economy drops, why? Because Nigerians stopped spending $600 on jollof parties every weekend. While back in Nigeria, the airports are full. Over 20 million people land in 3 days. Customs is shouting, where do you all think this is? Lagos becomes the new New York overnight. Uber surge price, 75,000 naira from Ikja to Lekki. Suddenly Nigeria has more PhDs than power supply. Engineers everywhere, but the transformer is still buzzing. And the government goes, let's harness this brain power. Meanwhile, NEPA says, ego take time. WHO declares a health emergency. Too many Nigerians missing from our hospitals. Harvard starts calling parents in Ibadan. Can your son come back and teach chemistry?